everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how to achieve this summery glowy look. I usually tend to change up my makeup and also the way that I do things when the weather gets a little bit more hotter and humid, just because my skin is a little bit oily, so it tends to make my makeup move throughout the day. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you for watching. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup in the shade 2 and 2, and I'm just going to apply it on my hand and then apply it to the skin. And I really like this foundation because it leaves like a matte finish, but it doesn't make your skin look too dry. Alright, so now that the foundation is done, I'm just going to be applying concealer. And for concealer, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Porcelain. It looks just like this. And I'm also going to be applying it first on my hand and then on my eyes. And as I said in the intro, I do change a few products when it starts getting a little bit hotter outside. So if I don't use a matte foundation, my makeup kind of moves throughout the day. And I've really been loving the Estee Lauder foundation. But if you're looking for a drugstore foundation for summer, I really recommend the L'Oreal Infallible. I believe they just released a new one that's 32 hours instead of 24. So I haven't tried it out yet, but I've heard that it's good. So yeah. And now I still have a little bit of the foundation on my hand. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and just cover any like hyperpigmentation or any like spots that I have. I found that I don't really need to use concealer with this foundation. I can just apply a little bit more on the areas where I need it, and then it looks just fine. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to be using powder. And I actually have this new powder that I don't think I've shown before. It's the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. It looks just like this. It's broken, so don't mind that. And for the powder, I'm going to be using this brush right here. It's again from the Morphe collection. I always use these brushes. I like to set my whole face with the powder. Which is something that I usually don't do. I usually would just put it like on the T-zone. Especially now that I live in Lisbon, it gets quite hot. And so yeah, so I found that this is the best way to do it. And also what I really like is that you can still achieve a very glowy look while still using a lot of powder. You can use a glowy blush or a good highlighter just to kind of give you the glow back to your skin. So as you can see, I'm putting powder everywhere, and I'm just going to do the eyes last because I do like to pass a beauty blender before I do it, just to make sure it doesn't get any lines. So as I said before, I'm just gonna pass the beauty blender under my eyes so that I can put powder, and this is just to take out any creases. So then I'm just gonna look up and just kind of set the under eye as well. So now that I've done my foundation, concealer, and I've set my skin, it's kind of like a blank canvas. So now we can start putting like more color and definition back into our skin. So I'm first gonna start off with bronzer, and for bronzer I'm gonna be using the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade Deep Cool 300. It looks just like this. I'm gonna be using this brush right here. So I'm gonna start with the bronzer, and I'm just going to start on the cheekbones. Oh, also I wanted to ask you guys like what videos you would like to see from me, because now that I have more time, I do want to start being more consistent on YouTube and just posting more videos. Alright, so now that the bronzer is done, I'm going to contour my nose, and I like to take a smaller brush for that, but I will be using the same product, and I'll take this small brush right here. I'm going to take again the same bronzer. Basically, I'm just going to make a line going down here. And then I'm going to do a second line going down the bridge as well. Just connect it to my brow. Just like so. And then I'm going to kind of connect these two here. So just making a line like this. Like that. And then I'm going to make another line here. And then I'm just going to connect the edges together. Bringing this here. And then bringing this here. And that's how I do the contour. And now I'm just going to take another brush. Alright, so as you can see, there's a little bit too much product on the sides. So I'm going to take my beauty blender, and there's usually like a foundation or concealer like still on it from before. So I'm just going to kind of pat it. And now I'm just going to go over it with the powder, kind of blending out those edges from the contour as well. Now we're gonna move on to blush. So I'm gonna be using the Catrice Cheek Lover Marble Blush in the shade Dahlia Blossom in number 10. And if you guys have seen my previous videos, you know that I really love this one in the shade Blooming Hibiscus, and it was also shade number 10, so I'm not sure if they discontinued it or this is just the new shade that I put out, but they're quite similar, so I've been using this one as well. So I'm just going to take it with this brush right here. I'm just going to apply it starting from the apples of the cheeks and then just kind of bringing it up. So now I'm going to do the same on the other side, starting from here. And whatever is left on the brush, I like to kind of just dab it on the nose a little bit. Now I'm going to do highlighter. So I'm going to take the Dior Backstage Glow Face palette and I'm going to take the blush pink color. And I'm just going to take the same blush brush. And I'm just going to kind of wash it over my blush. Like so. And then I'm going to take the same and just kind of put a little bit on my forehead. Just like that, and a little bit on my chin. Alright, so now I'm going to be taking again the Dior palette, but this time I'm going to be using the Strobe White and Strobe Gold, so these two colors right here. I'm going to take this little brush right here, and I'm going to again mix those two colors from the Dior palette. First going to apply it on the cheeks, just like so. And then I'm gonna put on the same underneath my brow bone. And then now I'm just gonna take the white shade and just going to take a little bit and apply it on my nose. So first I'm just gonna put a little bit on the tip, and I'm gonna put it down my bridge. Alright, so now I'm gonna go on to the second highlighter, and this is like completely optional. I just like to do it as a little extra step. I'm using an eyeshadow palette, it's not really a highlighter, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Easy Eye Palette, and it's the fresh shade right here. So yeah, so I'm just gonna put it kind of in the middle of the other one. Alright, so that's it for highlight. Now I'm gonna go on to the eyes. I'm gonna take the Dior palette once again, and I'm gonna take the blush bronze shade, and I'm just gonna dip it in. And I like to kind of just wash it all over the eye. So just like kind of lightly, just apply it all over the eye. I don't have to take much product. And I like to kind of just extend it a little bit, like to kind of create a small wing. I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury again, but I'll be using this shade right here this time. So I'm gonna actually take it with my finger, just so I don't lose any of the pigment. And I'm gonna just apply it all over the eye, but not going on top of the crease. So just all on the eyelid. Also, please ignore my nail. It fell off the other day, and I'm only gonna do my nails I think in 3 or 4 days, so for now it just looks like this. So yeah, but I'm just gonna apply it all over the eye, and I'm gonna take the brush that I used to do my highlighter and everything, and without dipping into anything else, I'm just gonna kind of blend out the crease, just so there's not really a harsh line. Alright, so that's it for my eyeshadow. Now I can move on to eyebrows. And for eyebrows, I tend to keep it like quite simple. I just use an eyebrow pencil and then just put gel on top. So I'm gonna be using the Essence Eyebrow Designer in black. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to mascara. And I've talked about this mascara a lot. I really like it. I think that it's like a really good mascara and it's very affordable. I also have other mascaras I really like, but I usually just tend to go back to this one. Oh, and I got a lot of comments on my last video regarding my hair. If you guys didn't know, I like dyed it, and a lot of people asked like why I dyed it or why like I wanted to change my hair. So basically I had always wanted to try like changing up my hair or doing a different color. I think it's like really nice like for summer, and also to try like lighter hair. But I do think like when it starts getting colder here in Lisbon, I do think I'm going to be switching back to darker hair. So yeah, so that's the story of the hair. Nothing like too special, just me wanting to try something new. So yeah. Alright, so now that I curl my lashes, I'm going to put on mascara. I'm just gonna start applying it. And one thing that I've been doing with this mascara is that I kind of put on the first coat and then I let it dry a little bit. So I start doing something else and then I put a little bit more, because I found this way it doesn't really get that clumpy if you want to put on more. So I'm actually going to do a step that I forgot to do, which was putting a little bit of bronzer on my lips. So I'm going to take the same bronzer that I was using earlier, and I like to kind of just apply a little bit of shadow like on the cupid's bow, And then I'm doing the same thing on the bottom one. And now that a little bit of time has passed, I'm gonna go back in with the mascara and apply a little bit more. Alright, so now that the mascara is done, I'm gonna take a little cotton pad and this micellar water by Garnier. So now I'm gonna do lip liner. I'm gonna be using the NYX lip liner in mauve. I never know how to say this, but I think it's mauve. I'll put the name here. So yes, I'm just going to overline like the center of my lips and then keep my cat's in the background. But I'm just going to overline like the center of my lips and then just kind of connect it to my real line so it doesn't look like too overlined. And I'm going to use a lipstick, and I'm going to be using the NYX Shine Loud in Magic Maker, and I'm just going to apply it to the center of my lips, like so, and then just blend it out. So I have been using the same products for a while, because when I do find a product that I like, I usually like to kind of stay with it until I find something else. If you guys have any recommendations or any lip products that you guys like to use, please comment it down below. I have been wanting to try like a lip oil, which I don't have. I just have lip glosses. So yeah, if you guys know any, please let me know. I know the Clarins one is good, but maybe if there's any other ones that you guys like, please let me know. Now that the color is blended in, I'm going to put on lip gloss. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. And I really like this product. I think I've shown it a couple times on my Instagram and also my channel. So I'm just going to apply it to the lips. Alright, so now that the lip gloss is done, I'm going to do the final step, which is kind of highlighting the moles, I think it's called, or not really, I don't think they're freckles, but I have like little moles on my face that I really like, and they usually get covered by makeup, so I kind of like to redo them with a brown eyeliner. I'm gonna be taking the NYX Epic Ink Liner in the shade brown. It's just like that. Sometimes if I have like a pimple or something, I'll just kind of put a little dot on top of it so it does look like a mole, but it's really up to you. You can put like more or less, or you can skip this step however you want. But I do think it also kind of makes it look like your skin is kind of peeking through the makeup. So it kind of looks like you're not wearing that much makeup. I like to highlight this one right here. And then I have another one here. And you can also do this with black eyeliner. I just like to do it with brown. Because I feel like it looks a little bit more natural. But it's really like up to you guys. Alright, so now that the moles are done, that's it for the makeup. So I'm just going to take off the pins. So that's it for the makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Follow me on my other socials if you'd like to see more from me, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.